welcome to the Binge Thinker for the penultimate episode. I never get that reference right, penultimate. That's such a stupid word, penultimate. That's like the one before the ultimate. Why pen? Why not pre-ultimate? Why, like what, where did the pen part come from? Right? We never say pen for anything else. Anyway, welcome to the second last episode of the Binge Thinker. My name is Jamil Raymond. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here as always. Oh, folks, it's a scorching Monday here in Thailand. Weather is hot. Bitches glow. Oh, man. It is paradise here. Can't complain about the weather, although it does monsoon a little bit. But, yeah, man, place is fucking gorgeous. Still absolutely love being here. But what have I been up to? Oh, shit, there's a TV in that room. Sorry, I got distracted. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I'm filming this in a outside location, similar to where I filmed 2 weeks ago. I was just over there, if you're on the YouTubes. But it's, like, I was going to do this by the pool and test some content out. I got some ideas for some new content for Tech Sales Academy. But because it is such a hot day, the pool's taken up by kids and families and sunbathers and stuff. And I just thought, talking mad shit and pouring out my soul and riffing on, riffing in public in a swimming pool is a little too personal because people want the silence and the space. When I did Tech Sales Academy, building Tech Sales Academy in public, I shot that in Old Phuket town where it's loud and raucous and shit's happening. So that's okay, but it's a little too quiet for my liking. So I just had to edge away. I was going to do it in the yoga room to my your right, my left. But people were actually doing yoga, so I thought it'd probably be a better idea if I did it outside and let the people have their peace and silence. Hopefully they can't hear me talking mad shit on the other side of this glass. But what's been happening this week, folks? You know, last week I was talking to you about how calm and peaceful and aligned I am, and I've gone straight back to being anxious as fuck again. Caught up in the same bullshit wheels being spun about hustling for cash and, I did get a lot of work done this week. I did absolutely smash out that small ticket course, the Account Executives Toolkit. So I got that product out and I got most of the offer ready, which was great. Did a bunch of editing and content editing for building in public. So I got a lot of stuff done, but the fucking poverty mindset, the survival mode instincts have just been creeping up and stressing yet again. Even though I got a sale on Friday, a high ticket sale for $1,000, fantastic. Cheers, Jordan. Appreciate you, buddy. So there is progress and I'm making growth. But it's just, again, it's just me and my goddamn mind to a point where I just sort of just completely zonked out on Saturday. I was working from basically like 9 till 3 nonstop, which I shouldn't have done. I can feel the stress and the anxiety piling up, and I'm just like, no, power through, get it done. And the moment I got all my shit done, I just, my nervous system was overstimulated, stressed as fuck. My neck is still stiff today. And like, there is this quote I think about a lot, especially when I'm traveling, that says, wherever you go with you. And basically it's a line on escapism, is that you cannot escape your mind. You cannot escape. If you think going to a different location or a different country or doing all that is going to change who you are for the better and it's just a change of external environment, you are wrong. It will augment and, improve things, certainly, like I've done here in moving to Thailand by having the lifestyle and resources closer to me at a much more affordable rate. But your anxieties, your traumas, your pain, your insecurities, mate, that all comes with you in your brain. And it might not take up weight on your baggage when you fly over here, but it will fucking hold you down in a beautiful place like this. And, just coming clean. On the Saturday, finished all the work, and I was like, I thought I was going to film another episode of the Building in Public stuff, but I was just so drained and so spent, and I was not in a creative mood at all. So I was just like, fuck this, I'm going to take the day off, which I was very overdue for anyway. I've only really taken 1 day off since I'd been here, 2 considering yesterday, and we'll get into that in a sec. And yeah, like, there is still some accumulated fatigue from the stress of moving, and then, yeah, the stress of overwork and the anxiety of not having stuff. Man, like, how's this for just, again, everything being in the mind? I'm stressing, I hadn't eaten that day, and I'm like, let me just chill the fuck out. And I'm sitting in a spa in the infinity pool at Homer here. Gorgeous day. I'm in a spa. I'm surrounded by tropical paradise. I'm surrounded by everything that I wanted this place to be. All of the abundance, all of the good weather, everything that I had asked for. And I couldn't even enjoy it. Like, all of the things that I'd worked so hard and pushed myself to, it's here. It's in front of me. It's in front of me. What I asked for, what I was manifesting, and I couldn't enjoy it. I had to constantly just force my brain out of anxiety and overthinking and stress and overwhelm. And I could not be present in the fact that I'm looking out into this beautiful landscape of the Phuket Hills and the fresh air and the sun and the beautiful trees and nature that's all around here. And I am surrounded by beauty. And it doesn't mean a goddamn thing because I'm just worried about not having enough money to run my business right now. Right? All of that shit goes away if in your head you do not see it, if you cannot perceive it, if you cannot be present with what you have. And that's a lesson that I keep learning, or I keep bumping into. I'm not learning the lesson clearly because I'm still working myself to the fucking bone. I'm still working myself into exhaustion for what seemingly feels like nothing. And yeah, I just keep bumping into this fucking wall of, is this enough? Am I enough? Am I doing everything I need to make this happen? And yeah, man, I just sat there for a little bit. And again, talk about abundance, right? I hadn't eaten. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to go to the restaurant, the great Italian restaurant here called Viva. Man, I got to give you some, like a walk through that shit. Maybe I'll do that now. Because it's a really good Italian food restaurant and the food is delicious and it's cheap. This is the comparison. I got a 200 gram ribeye and a spaghetti linguine and a Coke Zero for $47 Australian. And that's a fancy as fuck, that's a very expensive meal over here. But you can't even get a decent 200 gram ribeye for $47 in Australia. You can't even get a fucking seafood linguine that's decent for $45. It's going to be some fucking San Remo shit or whatever it is. And again, like even just when I go all out and, splurge on a nice meal, it's not even $50 Australian here. And I did take the time to acknowledge that, but then still, I'm going, man, this is so cheap. I would have had to pay $100, maybe more for this in Australia. But then part of me is like scraping together the baht, right? I'm having to convert, I'm still worrying about converting everything 23 baht to $1 and seeing how much it actually costs me. And I'm just like, bro, like fucking hell. I was spending close to $100 a day on food while I was burning out in Australia, getting Uber Eats plus, $30+ per day for a steak and to get all my protein in. Now, I did the math, I can get basically all of my protein in for the day and all of my macros for like $30 Australian. So I should just shut the fuck up, man. It's like everything is good. Everything is great. I could literally sit here for 3 months and do absolutely fucking nothing, and I have enough to survive, right? And despite all of those good things that are happening for me, and the universe is conspiring in my favor, I just have to be patient. I just have to trust myself, trust the process. Again, with these new levels, man, like, yeah, you just forget the lessons of what happened yesteryear. All right, this time last year, I was freaking out about not getting the top 1%. Even up to the day, even when I was told by my manager, he's like, "You've got it, mate. Like, it's 99% locked in. You've got it." And I was like, "Great, I believe it when I see it." And I was so anxious about it that when I even got it, I was like, "Whew, thank fuck." Not even really that happy about it. Just be like, "Thank God I've got this." And that's not healthy, man. It's just really not healthy. You got to really appreciate the wins, the blessings, the journey, and be willing to just fall on your face and fall on your sword for who you are. And that's what I just got to keep relearning and keep redoing, man. And that's what I'm doing with the building in public stuff. Put the first episode out of that during this week, and it was received really well on LinkedIn and YouTube and a lot of places. People are really keen to see what I do. And I'm, just this podcast has been fantastic practice for that, of just being real as fuck, honest about the process, honest about the struggle, and yeah, like, people are resonating with it, man. People are resonating with the struggle, the hard times. So I just keep going. I just keep doing it. So it's just nice. This week, though, it's going to get wild. It's going to get real wild. So tomorrow, when you good people receive this, the second episode of Building in Public will come out, and that's me talking mad shit in Phuket Town. It's fun. It's a fun episode. It's fun to be out in the crowd, and fuck, I need to have some fun, man. I really need to have some goddamn fun in this business, because it's just all work and no play. It's all work and no play, man. So looking forward to that, seeing progress, just being willing to put myself out into the world and a little bit further into the business world, and just, if I'm going to go all in, I've got to go all in as me. And that's what I've been doing here in this lens, and now I'm shifting the lens to building in public and doing it to the big bad world and promoting who I am and developing a brand based on that. Because I've probably said this before, I don't put out clips for this podcast. I just do it for the good people that are here listening and watching. And to be quite honest, there's about 40 of you guys and girls out there, realistically. 40 loyal listeners, bingers. I love yous all. And I just, the fact that I have this audience, no matter how small it is, it's not even small. If I think about 40 people that are in a room, that's a great comedy show. That's more than Jambo. So to have people that are willing to listen to me for this amount of time is beautiful. And I really, really appreciate you. And it's going to be fucking sad to wrap this thing up next week. It's going to be real sad. But it is what it is. You've only got so much energy and juice. And I'm really practically doing the same thing over in Building in Public, right? So I will put a link to that video on the YouTubes and on the description for the pod. So jump across. I'd love for you guys to jump across and see what I'm doing there, because it is fun. It is going to be fun, all right? It's this plus me being in the street talking mad shit. Mad shit. It's going to be great. So yes, exciting times in the world of self-individuation and authenticity. But yes, as far as product development is gone, I do have the AE Toolkit, my short course. That first version is ready to go. I just need to improve my marketing around that and harden up my pitch and get the landing page right, and then I will be pushing that motherfucker out like you wouldn't believe. 1 sale a day to freedom. 1 sale a day to freedom. That's how I'm putting this, okay? What else has been going on? So yesterday, took the day off. Just no work, stayed off the socials as much as I could. What did I do? I got up, I journaled, had a bit of a teary moment because I was, again, just why the fuck am I so hard on myself? But I needed this. Right? I needed to hit that wall again to slow the fuck down and realize that this is, things will unfurl as they need to be. I gotta have faith in the Dharma. I have faith in the universe and not push against shit. Just respect my energy for where it is. So, caught up with my parents. They're worried as usual, but life is great. I mean, besides the work part, life is great here. I did wake up on Sunday and I was a little bit lonely. Actually, I had this real bolt of alone and paranoia. But then I was just easy now. Easy. I am less than 24 hours away from being back in Melbourne. And in one day, I could be on my parents' couch. Don't want to be there, but I could be there in the safety of home if I needed to be. So, although technically, emotionally, it's not safe at all. But I don't know, exactly. And that's just reminding myself of that, put the anxiety at ease, move past it. And it just was tossing and turning. My body is naturally waking up at 5:30 in the morning, which is kind of cool, but kind of annoying. I like that I've got a natural rhythm that's waking me up, although I would like to just wake up at 6 on the dot, because that's when I actually want to wake up. So then I'm just sort of pottering around half awake, and I'm still trying to fight my brain from going into planning mode basically when I wake up. I just need to see if I can find a way to wake up in peace and not think about all the things I need to do that day and be like, oh, what do I need to do? Is this, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. So I've tried to make more plans in my calendar and block time out, which is helping, so I'd have less in my mental load, which is really good. Caught up with the parents, did a good workout, looking thick, solid, tight. I mean, one of the great things about being in Thailand, all this heat keeps the fat off. I'm fucking thick as fuck, baby, and looking good. Now that I also spent some time in the sun, I don't know if you can see that on the YouTubes, but I'm looking tanned. Got my tan on, I'm looking good. Got some funny shit for you I'll talk to you about in a sec. And then, just Sunday, went to Patong Beach, and I went for a hike. I was I need to get into nature a little bit. I need to have some natural medicine and get out of my head and get out of this just fucking constant work. I've just been, again, all work and no play. So there is this hike from Patong Beach, which is the main touristy area of Phuket, to Paradise Beach, which is a much more secluded beach, which is gorgeous, by the way, absolutely gorgeous. We'll get to that in a sec. So I went to Patong Beach and Patong Central, which is, the tourist hellhole of of Phuket. It's all the worst parts of fucking white tourism in one place. It's because where I am in Phuket and Homa. Yeah, I'm in a nice modern building, but the people are very calm and there's not a lot of Western shit around. They have restaurants, they have McDonald's and shit like that from place to place, but it's very much suburban Phuket. I'm eating street food and barely anyone speaks English, and it's good. I like it like that. I like a quieter vibe, a more personal vibe than literally you go down walking street of Patong, and it is just weed shop, tattoo parlor, bar. Hey sir, you want massage? So you want cheap suit? Hey sir. And then they'll do accents to throw you off. They'll do that. G'day mate. You looking for a suit? And I'm that's a good impersonation, but how did you know I was that guy? And then also, fuck you. So it's just everything. It's the worst part of Thailand is all that touristy shit. And something that really fucking grinds my gears about Bogans is there is an Aussie bar in Patong Walking Street. And it is literally just filled with Australians. Why the fuck would you fly 10 hours, right? It's 9 hours from Melbourne to Phuket, and then it's an hour fucking commute from the airport down to Phuket. Why the fuck would you come all this way to just sit in an Aussie bar and be like, oh, fuck me, tattoos are cheap. Oh, fuck, they got fucking boy here. And I'm just you cultureless bastards. And, it's stereotypical shit. It's the shirtless bloke with 2 sleeve tattoos. It's an old white couple. that don't really, oh, this is a lot, isn't it? Like, oh, crazy. Oh, it's a bit much for me. The rugby's on, the footy's on, and it's just like, honestly, if there wasn't a TAB, all it needs is a fucking TAB and a few hot chili machines, and you wouldn't have even left fucking Australia. You'd just be in, I don't know, fucking Druin or some shit, or some Shepparton or some Mackay, some fucking bogan hellhole. Fucking, ugh, disgusting. So yeah, I mean, I walked around and just to see what it is. I will definitely do an episode of Building in Public there at night, because I'm sure it'll be fucking wild, right? Because they've got like serious like go-go bars there, and like, because I went during Sunday afternoon, everyone's hungover, it's not party time. So if I went there on a Saturday night, I reckon I would get some fucking great footage of just crazy shit going on. And like, you know, titty bars and fucking whatever. Not that I'm into Asian women, but just the debauchery that occurs in Walking Street, and just what, you know, low vibe people think is a good time. I am just so past that shit, so over that shit. Like, I was just walking around with my sunglasses on, just sort of like, just taking it in, but just the vibe of the place is just like, ugh. Yeah, it's some seedy shit. You see a bunch of fucking lonely old white men cracking onto, you know, overdone Thai bitches. Oh, sir, hello, handsome man. Oh, yes, so good. Hello, sir, how are you today? And you're just like, ew, the amount of gross, white, uncut dick that you've seen. I don't know why I chucked uncut in, because I just presume most white people are uncut. No, I've got no gripe against being uncut. I kind of wish I was sometimes. Well, certainly, I don't know. I just think it's more natural. Don't really agree with it, but what do you do? It's a bit late for me now. I'm not going to do foreskin restoration, hang a couple of hanging weights off the off my turtleneck, or what remains I have of it. Maybe. I don't think I've got enough hobbies for now. I don't know if that's a hobby, but whatever. Oh, man. But yeah, went to Patong. Again, just wandered around, grabbed a couple of fresh grams of medication, just because I want to sample all the local goods. I think I got some good stuff called green crack. It's a lower THC count, and I think it's very similar to a weed that I absolutely loved that I had during the pandemic that I got off some fucking dodgy other comedian. And it's just like, it's light, it's fun, and it doesn't fuck you up too much. So I got a little bit of that, and that was cool. And then, yeah, I did this long, it wasn't long, it was like an hour 20 hike from Patong Beach. Oh yeah, let me talk about Patong Beach real quick. It's the main beach of Phuket. It's very touristy. It's a bit dirty. You can do jet skiing and you can do parasailing there. Is it parasailing? What's the thing when you're in the whatever it is where they jet ski and you're in a balloon and you're in like a parachute and you can parasailing? I guess it's parasailing. There it is. Which I might do. It'd be great for content to do some parasailing. So I'll go do that and then enjoy. Yeah, I think that'd be good. So you can do all that bogan shit there. And then you just walk up. I was just walking up the beach. There's families, there's fucking babes, there's guys that are just, ugh. Like, I tell you what, the ratio of attractive women to attractive men, of just people them keeping themselves together, is really off, especially in the Russian community. There is a couple of fucking absolute babes here at home that I've sort of seen pop up over the last few days. And I think I said this last week, but yeah, all of the men are, ugh. Like, there is this one chick that is a model, and yeah, I can't tell. She's got a young. I can't tell if she's like. I'm pretty sure she is the wife of this guy that just looks like. Who does he look like? Oh, who's that fucking big fat boxer? Butterbean. This guy, you have to look up Butterbean. Or who's that? He used to be in the UFC. Brock Lesnar. He looks like out of shape Brock Lesnar. And this chick is like this gorgeous Barbie-esque thing, and they've got this daughter. And they just look so out of place as a couple that I can't tell if she's just like the hot maid or the hot babysitter, and he's just got custody of this kid, or that is legitimately their child, and this guy must be rich as fuck, and he sort of lived the high life where he's just got this glorious life living in Homer. I saw them at Paradise Beach, and and at Paradise Beach you can just like rent. You can rent like recliners and stuff. It's pretty cool. So they have beach beds and stuff. It's pretty cheap. 150 baht to rent a beach bed, or you can get like the fancy ones for a bit more. And this guy's got a shisha, and he's this big, again, just burly fucking Russian dude, basically just, you know, resting his arms on his gut, smoking a shisha. And his little cute little daughter is just playing in the sand, and then there's this absolute fucking gorgeous, like, body, like, flawlessly hot babe. And then I can't tell. I just can't tell if they must be married or something. But if that's true, then this guy's fucking absolutely nailed life. Absolutely nailed life. Good on him. But yeah, this hike to Patong, from Patong Beach to, what's it called? To Paradise Beach. I mean, it was definitely a heavy walk. It was very steep. I didn't realize that Phuket was so hilly. But I'm just walking around in my shorts, sun's out, guns out, getting a nice tan. And I just wanted to walk and hike and just not be thinking and just look around and see what's up. And yeah, man, like, because it was just good to just be mindless for a while and just wander around and see these beautiful hills. And it was hot, and it was a hot, sweaty hike for like an hour and a half. And I saw some crazy shit. I saw an elephant. It was just like, just waving around. Like, it looked like it must have been a little baby elephant. And it was just like, woo, 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 woo. Just sort of like swinging on the spot. Looking like it's having fun. And I was like, what is this baby elephant just doing on the side of a road? Just chilling the fuck out. And then I see that it's got its leg chained, and I'm like, oh man, that's fucking sad. But there was a Thai guy there that was looking after it. But I just still couldn't tell. I felt like, oh, maybe this animal's being mistreated, this elephant. Because there are a lot of elephant sanctuaries here, and I do want to do an ep of building in public at an elephant sanctuary. But yeah, I am very mindful of the fact that they are, they're very prone to abuse here for cheap tourism and things like that. So I was like, oh, it was so cute, so fucking cute. It just looked like it was so joyful, and just like it was a baby. It was a little baby. Like, it wasn't much taller than me, height-wise, maybe like 6 foot tall. And so it wasn't like a big elephant. It was like a little cute little teenager. And it's just so happily swinging around. You could just tell it had childlike energy and childlike playfulness. And and I was like, that chain. I mean, of course, I don't think you want to be having a fucking wild elephant. I don't think you're going to be having like an untamed elephant on the streets of Phuket. Because I was like, I didn't even realize. I was so enamored by the fact that it was just this baby elephant on the side of the street. I didn't even think it was going to, like, what if it attacked me? What if it approached me? I was like, whoa, elephant. And was just entranced by it. I took a cute little video of it, and then I saw the chain on the foot, and I was like, oh, maybe not. Maybe it's there for marketing purposes and people slow down to see the elephant. Because it's literally like this big, steep hill, and there's nothing going on except for this big, windy road, and then just elephant. And then up the road, elephant sanctuary. So, yeah, it could just be the waving inflatable arm tube man of like the cheap car stuff, but just elephant version. Who knows? Anyway, I take this walk all the way up to Paradise Beach, and it is a gorgeous place, man. It's a bit of a hike. It's sweaty work, but I get there, and it's this small, secluded beach, and they organize full moon parties there, so it's actually well set up. So it's a beach, but they've got like facilities for drinks and like a nightclub vibe and stuff like that. I'm sure it'd be a lot of fun at night. But one of the stupid things about it is that you're at a beach, but they've got a swimming pool set up. So there's like a wading pool or something like that. And there's a swimming pool, but literally 150 meters away is a beautiful beach that you could just walk into and just do that. Hang on one sec. I think someone's going to come around the corner. Yep. They're talking. Yeah, people talking. They're hoarding a big gas bottle. I don't think they're going to come out this way. Let's have a look. I don't know what's going on. If they come, they come. Oh shit, the sun's like moving, and now it's on my feet, and it's hot in this fucking sun, man. It is hot. How long have I done? 30 minutes. Okay. So, yeah. So stupid, the swimming pool. but beautiful lookout. They got two beaches there, so you walk around. There's one little beach, and then there is this beautiful lookout. And I got there at a great time where it was golden hour, and so there's this beautiful cliffside. You see the sunset. You see this beautiful cliff, and the rocks are, being washed off by the sea. And honestly, man, I haven't seen something like that in such a long time. I haven't seen a good seaside sunset. I haven't seen like a sea cliff face. I've just been such a fucking insular son of a bitch that it was so nice to just be immersed in nature and made to feel small, made to feel just to be out of my head and recognize I'm just this fucking insignificant ant in the massive beauty of nature, and just this fucking flea in the circus of existence. And you really need that humbling zooming out moment. And I remember I was just sat watching the sunset and just staring off into the horizon. And when you do that and you recognize that it just stretches on, even when you lose sight of how far the horizon goes, it just becomes that little line that beyond that is so much infinite possibility. There is so much of the world beyond that. It is so far between, especially when in Thailand, from Thailand to the next amount of land on that island. You've got an entire ocean in between. And the breadth of that, the size of that is just, to me, it just was like, the possibilities are infinite, right? Imagine being an explorer and just seeing nothing but fucking sea for days, weeks, months, right? Just casting yourself into the fucking unknown and going, this is where we find our fortunes. This is where we find our journeys, right? If you're in the 13, 14, 1500s, you haven't got maps, you're trying to find the new world. You've got to be a bad motherfucker to be that, man. And I just had a newfound appreciation for that, for those explorers. I know that Captain Cook is like, oh, he's a fucking this and that, and he's a fucking, imperialist, and he's a whatever, colonizer. You know what, man? It's going to sound heavy, but if you've taken immense risk in your life to just cast yourself into the unknown, respect the man for that. The fact that he was this guy was bold enough to go out into the open sea for the empire, maybe for himself, bit of clout, and just absolutely venture off into fucking nothing to see if he could find new, different, You got to respect that shit. And then, now as a business owner and a founder and an entrepreneur, you get a new appreciation for that shit. You are literally, in my own mind, I'm just casting myself into the unknown ocean of possibility. But without that expansiveness of the moment, of the ocean, to do that, you don't recognize that. I've just been trapped, so insular inside my own head for so long that the entire world just shuts out, and it's not good. It's not good at all. So yeah, man, it was good to be humbled. It was good to relax and unwind, and yeah, it's nothing like being made to feel small to actually make you feel good. Gonna wrap this up in a moment. Got a couple. Let's lighten this up a little bit. Let me tell you this. So I've spoken to basically no one over the last 2 weeks, and it's not that big a deal. I'm not too fussed about it. It would be nice to talk to more people, but whatever. Everyone's rushing and fucking meh. So at Paradise Beach, there's a free shuttle that goes from the beach to the entrance because it's pretty hilly and it's a bit of a trek. And so it's coming towards sundown. The clouds are being, the sunset isn't nice because all the clouds are in the way. So I'm like, let me get out of here before it gets cold and dark. So we get into the back of this van, and it's like an open air van. So you got two bench seats and you're facing each other in the back. And I don't know these people, they're just a bunch of randoms. And we're all squeezing in. I'm the last person to get in there. And this guy across from me, he looks at me. Right? And he's some Eastern European bloke or some fucking some, Stani guy. He looks like Khabib. He looks like a Dagestani UFC fighter that did not make it, right? He's just like one of those weird mountain people that no one really gave a fuck about until Khabib came across from the UFC and, put Dagestan on the map. And this guy looks at me and he goes, "You look like Momoa." No, he didn't say. I fucked that up. What's that movie? God damn it. What's that? God damn it. I've ruined this punchline. Moana. That's it. He goes, "You look like Moana." And I'm like, what? Because I haven't seen Moana, but I know it's a movie about islanders and stuff. And this fucking guy, this failed UFC fighter who looks like he's got 7 words of English to his name has used 4 of them to fucking roast me out of nowhere. He doesn't know me from a bar or so. I'm like, and I'm a pretty chill guy. Like, sun's out, guns out. I'm looking pretty thick. That day, because I did chest and shoulders, I'm looking like a big beefy boy, and I got some looks while I was there. I'm not afraid to fucking flaunt it a little bit. I'm in my fucking hippie shit and in these fucking like loud shorts and my trail runners. So I'm in hippie mode. Yeah, he just goes, "You look like Moana." Like, fuck. And then his friend next to him. His friend, I didn't realize is sitting next to me. He's across from him, and he laughs and he goes, "Take a picture." So I just take a picture with this guy out of nowhere, and he goes, "Oh, where are you from?" And I'm like, "Guess." And I played this game so many times with people, right? I just go, "Guess," and no one ever guesses. And I ask, "Where are you from?" And he goes, "Kazakhstan." I'm like, what the fuck? What are 2 Kazakhstani guys coming here? And just giving me shit out of nowhere. And then the rest of the truck gets involved. There's a Russian couple to my left that I'll just like, "Where are you from?" And again, they don't know fucking English either, but they're all just trying to have fucking stabs at me about where they think I am, where I'm from and shit. And I'm like, God damn it. I mean, at least, I'm cool about it. It's funny. And it's very approachable, and I don't give a fuck at all, but what about me? Am I that inviting that people are just like, and I've better just been like, "Where are you from? You look like Moana." And realistically, like, I asked him, I go, "Hey, which one from Moana?" Because Moana is the movie, and Moana is the little girl who's the main girl in it. And he just goes, "I don't know." And I had to do a bit of research, just like I did then, to be like, who the fuck is in Moana? And there's this big dude called Maui, which is voiced by The Rock. And I swear, I fucking hope he's talking about me being Maui, the chief. He's a big fucking thick boy. He's fucking staunch as shit. But realistically, I could be any of those Hawaiian fucks. They asked me if I was Hawaiian as well. Oh, man. And I'm like, "Are you Hawaiian?" I'm like, "No." And then when I went to Hawaii, people were looking at me like I'm Hawaiian, like I'm a local. And when I go to Mexico, people look at me, start speaking Spanish to me, and they look completely just like, when I say I don't speak Spanish, they're like, "What? You don't speak Spanish? ¿Qué pasa? ¿No habla español? I truly am the everyman. And I just thought it was funny as fuck. But it was just lightheaded. Not lightheaded, a bit of light fun. What else have I got here? Oh man, I was talking about, it just is a little funny story before I wrap this up. So again, I'm just like people watching here at the hotel. And every day I go to the pool area. It's beautiful. I've got this morning routine. I can meditate. I can stare into the sun and all that sort of stuff. And I usually have the place to myself. But yesterday, people must have gotten up early, and there's this young Chinese family that were there. There's a husband and wife, couple of kids, and they're playing. They're just playing, and the kids are playing in the water. The parents are watching from the side, and, everyone's in, like, swimwear and stuff. And this Chinese lady, the mum, she's wearing a yellow bathing suit. That's not the punchline yet. It's just, a two-piece. And from the front, her bikini bottoms, they fit fine. and they're you know, they just fit around her hips or whatever it is. But there's a line from one of my favorite comedians, well, my favorite comedian, Patrice O'Neill, where he goes, Asian women have no ass. Asian women have the ass of 2 CD cases put together. And this Chinese lady had such deficit of ass, had such little ass, like close to no shape, that the back of her bikini was sagging, and like the undergirdle, like the back part where where you probably have like close to where your taint is, that part's sagging, and so is the back of her ass, and you can't see her ass crack, but it's like properly sagging. Just like, girl, you should have fucking just gotten bikinis that were 2 sizes smaller, or maybe you've skipped a few leg days and definitely a few glute days. But the fact that this Chinese lady is wearing like saggy bikini bottoms, I just couldn't stop thinking of Patrice and having an ass like a 2 CD cases. Oh man, so funny. Like if she sometimes when you get out of the pool, and you have to pull because the water is holding the weight of the water in your swimwear sort of pulls it down a little bit. You got to pull it up. If she had just gotten out of the pool, she would have been pantsed, and she would have been fucking just showing bare ass and bush to everyone if she didn't have to hold it up. She looked like she needed she needed suspenders for her bikini. I was just like, man, people are so strange. Oh, so strange. So strange. And then actually, yeah, what I've also noticed as well, there are some, I'm a big fan of the Russians, the women. Oh, they're gorgeous. Give me some pale skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, Nordic, Eastern European, Russian, Ukrainian, all that good shit, all that strong white Amazonian woman. Oof, that's my kind of woman. And there are some absolute babes here, but they are prone to plastic surgery. They're prone to duck lips, fake tits, and they are cold people. And they are just, all they do is just blatantly take photos of each other. They are here to fucking flex for the gram, or whatever Russia's Instagram is. I don't know what it is, Insta-ruble or some shit. And they are just, they're just blatantly flaunting it. They're just like in the pool, excuse me, and just being like fake tits out, presenting themselves, taking photos of each other, trying to get that great Instagram shot. And I don't know if it's like flexing for the gram or they are some sort of fucking escort or something like that, and they're just trying to get these photos for good marketing or something. But yeah, they are blatant. Even when I was at Paradise Beach, there's these nice, like this like that view of over the cliffs and stuff. There is definitely some nice vantage shots. And these bitches were up there and they are hogging the space and they don't give a fuck. They just want to get their photos. They don't give a fuck about anyone else. They're not like, oh, let me, I'm sitting there for like 10, 15 minutes being like, bitch, how many fucking angles, how many of the same photo can you take? They're barely moving around to get a different shot. It's just like the same shit. They assess and then they go again. And I'm like, bitch, you're not that special, right? You're not that special. Anyway. That's it for this week, folks. I should have ended with the fucking Kazakhstani bit, because that's the funniest bit. Now just complaining about Russian bitches. But it is what it is, right? It is what it is. That's it for the penultimate episode of the Binge Thinker for this week. Like and comment, subscribe if you want. Probably a bit late for that. You know where to find me at Tech Sales Academy. I will put the link to the building and public stuff. This will come out at the same time. I'll probably be repeating a lot of the stories about mindset and the anxiety stuff in next week's episode. So you might listen again, but it might be more fun when you see it when I'm in Patong Beach, just being approached by fucking weirdos and that sort of thing. So it could be fun. It could be different. And yeah, follow me there at Tech Sales Academy, school.com/Tech Sales Academy to check out the free Tech Sales community. I did get some bloke, hey buddy, who just, I think, sort of found my stuff through the search of, just through the YouTube algo and was like, this guy's all right. And he came and checked it out. How you doing? Appreciate you, mate. And that's it for this week, folks. Next week, the end. Can you believe it? I do feel genuinely sad. But for every great beginning, there is an end. And until then, I love yous all. See you next week for the last time. Ciao for now.